Hey everyone, thanks so much for joining me for Chronicles in Collecting, where I'm going to open the Robot Spirits RX-78-2 Gundam version anime final battle specifications from Mobile Suit Gundam. This figure came out in January 2019 and retailed for 8,000 yen, or about $73 US at the time. So last week we took a look at the Xiang, and then this is the RX-78 Gundam final battle specifications. They have a lot of kind of parts where you can kind of, create a bunch of scenes from the show. I really liked the Xiang. They had so many fun things you could do and so many different poses and scenes that you could recreate. Really looking forward to seeing what the RX-78 adds to that. So I mean, the base figure is mostly just an RX-78. I don't probably need to get into too much detail. I think these hands are a different color than the other ones. Just kind of quickly looking at it. Maybe I'll grab my real markings version. We could do a little quick comparison. But I don't think that this figure in particular is sort of why you're picking this up. I think it's for some of the damaged effect parts and kind of to recreate some of the stuff. I can't get this thing to stand on its own. From the final battle. All right, I guess we're just gonna put this down. What do we got here? So have this like spaceship to kind of recreate, kind of the very ending scene from the original Mobile Suit Gundam. We got some rocket launchers, which for me is nice because I actually don't have a regular colored rocket launcher because the real type marking or the real type marking versions or whatever didn't come with it. Got another shield. Got a core fighter. Again, I don't actually have a core fighter in these colors because of the previous version that I got. Got a whole bunch of hands here. Got the beam sabers. You have at least a second face. I think there's also, so you can kind of try to look at those two faces here side by side. This one's a little bit more expressive. It's always cool how they kind of can show expressiveness with a Gundam face. I think they did it really well in Seed in particular, but definitely did with this figure. Kind of the iconic RX-78 rifle with the scope. Got not a ton of vernier effects, just 2, but I guess that's really all you need. Here's some beam saber effects. You got your pretty standard ones. You got the curve. You got one for the rifle. But then just a whole bunch of stands, and those are to set up for what we got over here. Hold on, I'll take this tape off real quickly. What we got here, which are just a bunch of various, just like kind of character cutouts and pictures and backgrounds for recreating stuff from that final episode. So you got this background, which is obviously super cool. Definitely going to be including that in my display. And then you have a bunch of sayings. I don't know what any of these mean, and I don't even have something witty or anything like that to add to it. So they can say whatever you want. I already made that joke, but I don't think anybody else has watched that old video, so it's okay. And then you kind of have the some members of the White Base crew. You have a few shots of Amuro. Actually, you have many shots of Amuro. But yeah, so definitely not as much as the Xiang. The Xiang is kind of the main one, and this is sort of the afterthought with a few of the other ones. I'm not 100% sure which one came out first off the top of my head. But I'm going to pose this, and I'll probably, like I said, do the recreation of the kind of, the RX-78 destroying the Xiang's head. And then maybe I'll just do a little setup with the other pieces to kind of recreate that ending scene as well. Alright, we are back, so let's get this guy on the rotating stand here and let's give some final thoughts. So I really like this kind of combination. I will say, honestly, going into it, although I do like this figure a lot, there really isn't much that you get from the RX-78 final battle version that you use to kind of recreate the scene with him kind of, shooting up and killing the Zeong. If that's what you're looking to do, you could probably do it with pretty much any of the other RX-78s. The only thing you really get is the battle damaged head and the battle damaged arm, and you can't even really see the arm. So, although, yeah, I'm looking at my other RX-78 here to see. I'm pretty sure it also has this shoulder joint that goes all the way up. If you're looking to do some of the other poses and stuff like that, then yeah, there's some other stuff that comes with this one. As far as the figure itself, it's RX-78. I don't think there's really all that much that I need to say about it. I have the real markings version over here. I can do a quick comparison. Obviously, there's no head, but otherwise they pretty much, I think, are exactly the same thing. The hands are greener versus gray, so you can see. Hold on, let me get that in focus here. Yeah, they're kind of like a greener color. I don't know if it's quite coming out. And then these are a little bit more of a grayish color, but otherwise I think they're pretty much the same thing here. Pretty much the same from the back. Get the back on here. Pretty much the same thing from the front, of course, minus the markings. So let's put this guy over here for a second. I'll bring this into view in a second. One thing that is really, really cool about this set, put this over here, is you kind of get this like recreation of the very, very end of Gundam. This thing, which is really awesome. Let's see here, trying to make sure that we get this guy in view. I guess there's really not much to see from behind, so I probably don't actually need to get this on the rotating stand. But yeah, so this is really cool. You got kind of a battle damaged core fighter, and you got this other like escape pod, and then I don't know what these things say. I'm assuming they're just lines from the original, but it actually shows you like in the instructions like which one you should pick, and then you kind of got this in the little backdrop. So this is really nice. I think for me that might even be worth the price of admission alone, although it is expensive. But I really like when they do these sort of unique recreations of famous scenes or famous lines and stuff from the show. Unfortunately, we didn't really get that many after this. I know there's some stuff with. I think there's obviously stuff in the 8th MS team, and let's bring this into view over here, and Stardust. No, and either Stardust Memory or War in the Pocket, where you can kind of there's like effects that kind of interact between the different figures and stuff, but nothing quite like this where you're actually creating like an entire display with quotes and pictures and all that kind of stuff. They kind of, and in the Metal Robot Spirits they did the Impulse versus Freedom interaction parts, which were pretty cool, but again, nothing quite like this. So I hope we definitely see more of this, for Gundam Seed, and maybe even the new Gundam Witch from Mercury. You can't quite see it all the way up here, but there is the Zeong head. Grab it on the side cam real quickly, so you can see that kind of firing down on there. Kind of see it from both angles. But yeah, I think this is really sweet, and it's going to look awesome on the shelf next to the hanger base. And actually, just to get it on camera here, just bring that down just a bit. You can see the Zeong head there. And it has all the little adapters and everything that you need. So like I said, pretty much everything is in the Zeong set. Just bring your own RX-78, but if you buy the final specification version, you'll get the damaged headpiece. That's about it for recreating this scene. Anyway, thanks so much for checking out this video. If you enjoyed it, I'd really appreciate a like or subscribe, and if you didn't, tell me about it in the comments. If something else you want to see, either with this figure or with some other figures, let me know, and I will see what I can do. Over the summer, I'm going to be doing anime reviews on Thursday. We'll get some more stuff in here. And then going to be doing figure reviews on Tuesday and Fridays. Anyway, thanks so much. And now that we got the whole gang here, and keep collecting.